Hello, I'm with Steve Kelly, who's the VP of International Sales of BT Global Services, and we're here in Turkey. Steve, thanks very much for joining us. Tell me something about what's going on with BT in this part of the world.
Well, Turkey forms part of the Middle East and Africa region for us, and of course it's a growth area. There's a significant opportunity for us, and it gives us a mix of a whole raft of customers at various levels of development. So, you know, for example, in Africa, there are some countries where they have bypassed the fixed network completely, and the vast majority of their traffic is now originating in an IP format. That gives us opportunities and challenges. Equally, there are other countries that have legacy networks which we still have to work with and to help them grow their businesses too. So we have in this particular region a broad spectrum of opportunities and customers from the less developed to the very well developed, and the challenge for BT is to offer a suite of services which will fulfill and help them develop their businesses.
Tell me something about those challenges.
Well, some of the countries in the region obviously have debt issues, and therefore that in itself gives us a challenge, but other countries have legacy networks. Some of those legacy networks are straining under the volumes of traffic, and of course the traffic that the networks are carrying has changed significantly over the past 2 to 3 years. It's no longer just plain old telephony. Now there is a significant element of IP traffic, a significant element of data, and the challenges for those carriers is how do we maintain the legacy business, still try and drive cost out, maintain the margins, and at the same time take that step across to next generation networks.
So to what extent has the growth of mobile data affected the traffic patterns?
Well, the mobile phenomenon has significantly affected the traffic because, of course, several, if not many, of the legacy PTTs are now actually owned by mobile operators. There are also an emerging amount of pan-regional mobile operators that obviously have significant amount of business. And of course, within that growth of the mobile operators, the mix of traffic has also significantly changed. So we're now getting an awful lot of data traffic that's coming through on the mobile networks, which gives the mobile operators themselves a challenge in terms of how do we maintain the network steady whilst at the same time carrying a high proportion of traffic. And I think the challenges that face those mobile operators is where does that traffic go to? Is it within region or out of region? And I think that if it is within region, then they need to start to look at things such as caching the data. They need to look at maybe cloud computing and putting more and more traffic into the clouds in the region, and therefore reducing the significant volume of data that's traveling intra-region or around the world. And those are the sorts of challenges that they face.
So BT is obviously in transition towards that all singing, all dancing, global carry Ethernet network and so on. Where are you on that journey?
Well, of course, much has been said about our 21st century network in the UK, and that's given us a significant step ahead of a lot of our peers and competitors. At the same time, of course, we have that now capability, which we're happy to talk to our customers within the region with respect to helping and consulting them in terms of how they can make that step from the legacy networks to the next generation networks, because they all will have to do that at some stage. But particularly in terms of the mobile operators, as we said, we now in BT have a suite of what we would call next generation services, such as virtual data centers, so we can help them with their cloud computing, we can help them with their data caching. We can also look at their networks. We have a suite of services which will analyze their data flow traffic and can significantly help them in terms of reducing the overheads of backhaul.
Steve Kelly, thanks very much for joining us.
Thank you.